Seth Hatchell right to the back bumper of the 32. And this has been so hard to pass down here, but Emerson going to clear Mayato. Not going to go low. He's going to try and fake the 48. Stravato using the inside lane. Mayato now up half a groove. The second position looks for his first race. Then hard contact. Mayato up in the air, up on the hood, on top of the Geico machine. All over his back bumper. Going to have to be very tactical with his moves. Oh, and hard under braking. Stravato nearly locked it up there. St. Barrett's big slide out of turn number 1. Here comes Chris Simard, Kevin Cornelius. They're going to make a charge in the third lane. Is it too little, too late? Are they going to have the run out of turn number 4? Mark Emerson down low. They're all going to wreck. Dennis Faircloth in the lead right now. Here comes Nick Gardner. Hello and welcome to the Dialed In Racing 150 at Dover for the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series, live tonight from Dover Motor Speedway. 150 laps, 150-mile race here for race 9 of this season. I'm up here in the booth with Alec Martinez. Alec, good to have you back, and you excited for tonight's race?
I am. First of all, good to be back. Thanks for having me back up here again. I love coming up here, watching these guys racing the Below the WLN Cup Series, and let me tell you, the monster mile with these new next-gen cars, it's already going to be challenged. Just watching in practice, these guys getting loose into the corner with that lack of downforce, getting tight in the center, and then getting loose off, letting the car unload with these massive steep hills to climb up off these corners here. And the elevation changes here, really one of the only just rough, ragged tracks that we come to. All concrete, other than Bristol. All concrete, fast. These tires are going to wear. The elevation changes are some of the biggest elevation changes on any track in the Cup Series, from going up off the corner and then diving back down into the corner. So, new challenge, but I think the big story so far, what I'm looking for, I guess me and you were talking about it, the big three. AJ Stravato, Seth Hatchell, and Zach Carr. Can anybody beat the big three is the real question.
Yeah, those three sit up there towards the top of the standings. The only driver kind of breaking them up in the points, that is Ryan Gemmel, who has not won a race yet, but he is right there in second, in front of Seth Hatchell and Zach Carr, both two-time race winners this season. So Ryan having himself quite a season so far. We'll see if he can get a victory here tonight. Pretty fast in the practice session, but a few of those common names up there towards the top of the practice speed as well. Yeah, but it's close around the cut line. Looking at the points here, Chris Simard, Kenny Bishop, Reggie Ortega, Dallas Sullivan, and Jeremiah Vincent, all fighting for those final few positions in the top 12 to make it into the chase. And you can't guarantee yourself in with a win, so that's out the picture. You've got to get in on points, those top 12 positions. So it's going to be a fight tonight for those guys to get the best finish they can and try and set themselves up to be in a better spot for the next few weeks with a couple wild card races in there.
For sure. And now, I mean, if we look at the next the next 3 races or 4 races, we have this one at Dover. Next week we go to the I think they call it the half mile of mayhem at Martinsville. Short track. That track, you're going to be a lot of beating and banging, a lot of ruffled feathers there when we go there. And then, of course, the biggest wild card in these next 2 races, Talladega. We know what can happen at Talladega. Big wrecks, crazy finishes. It's all of the above is possible at Talladega. So a lot of drivers worried in there. Dallas Sullivan, Reggie Ortega, Kenny Bishop, Chris Simard, and Jeremiah Vincent. Those are the 5 we're going to need to keep an eye on, as well with Keith Mayato, Dennis Faircloth. Nobody's really safe here. If we look at it here, even with the next 3 races coming up, or 4 races including this one, nobody's really safe. Anybody can have a string of 4 bad races, and they're done out of it.
Yeah, nobody's locked in. Even AJ Stravato, a 4-time winner this season, first 8 races. We are in qualifying. Ben Baffert goes to the top. He's been one of the fastest here tonight. Keith Mayato right now in second. Cosman with a nice lap. Currently sits third, trying to top that here. And he's not going to be able to. So third for Cosman. but right in front of Zach Carr. So really good qualifying effort by the 48. One of the drivers who joined the season late, so he should not really have a chance to make it into the chase. But Ben Baffert has been on a roll. He is the third best average finish in the league. He's only run, I think, 4 races, but he's averaging a top 5 finish. So he'll be a driver to watch out for the win tonight, I think, especially with this going.
Yes.
And then Ryan Gemmel trying to top his lap time. 13th on the board, goes up to 2nd. So doing what he needs to do as well to put himself in a good starting spot.
Big development. I believe AJ Stravato might have hit the wall on both of his laps. Therefore, he will not put in a timed qualifying lap, which means he'll be starting somewhere mid-pack to the rear of the field. We've seen this year, Stravato's not too, he hasn't been as consistent in qualifying where we've seen him start in the back. But man, he has great race pace and can get himself up to the front really quick. But here at Dover, no stages. It's a full 150 lap race. It's going to be a steep hill to climb for AJ Stravato, but I think that if anybody can do it, he's definitely one of the guys that comes to mind.
Yeah, he did it last week. Started at the back and ended up going up there and taking the win at Pocono. That was a very exciting race to watch. Probably the most exciting and interesting Pocono race I have ever broadcast or seen here on iRacing, honestly. So we'll see if AJ can do it back-to-back weeks. But Miles the Monster gets pretty hungry for those cars towards the back of the pack, so he have to watch out for him here early on in this.
Yeah, Stravato, he's, we talk about it again, the big 3. We had this back in 2018, I believe, in the Cup Series when it was Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and I think, who was the other guy? I don't know.
Denny Hamlin?
No, it wasn't Denny Hamlin. I'm trying to think of who. I know it was Kyle, but Martin Truex Jr. Guy dominated that year. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what happens here. Yeah, I don't know. I think we said the big 3. I think how many races are we in? 8.
This is the 9th race of this.
This is the 9th race, so we're 8 races in, or completed 8 races, going into 9, and only 3 different winners so far. So it shows that these guys are the guys to beat this year. They've dominated all the races, and I mean, we look at it. Seth Hatchell has had 2 nail-biting finishes to win this race, or win races this year in this season. But still, nonetheless, he's winning. He's consistent, and then you said Ryan Gemmel, Ben Baffert. They also have good, consistent finishes. Who can be that one or multiple guys that can step up and take it to these big 3 going in here into Dover and then next week into Martinsville?
Talladega, really a wild card. Michigan even could be a bit of a wild card race.
Oh, yeah.
After what we saw at Auto Club, that was so exciting there. I think we hopefully can get another race just like that. But right now, it looks like they should be pretty much done with the qualifying session. AJ Stravato, Zach Carr still on the track getting some laps in, as well as Cosman in the 48. He's trying to get.
I could see him being. I'm not gonna lie. I could see him being one of those guys that might be able to take it up to these big 3. He's been very consistent this year. We've seen him run up in the top 5, have good pit strategy, and get himself really good finishes. So Cosman, I know he's really good at saving tires. So I could see him playing a big role. And if it does come down to a long run, we could see Cosman running up at the front here and contending with these guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think he has had a lot of pace. I think he's got to be a little bit more patient at times. Looks like he tries to force his way through, and it hasn't worked out for him in most circumstances, but he has had the speed, so we'll see. Have a complete race here tonight at the Monster Mile, but qualifying should be set. Ben Baffert looks to be on the pole provisionally. We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing and specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
Shot at it, I think, and right now Stravato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn one. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
These two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
Back at the racetrack now, getting ready to go racing here from the Monster Mile in the Dialed In Racing 150. Let's go to our starting grid for tonight's race and see where your favorite drivers are rolling off here tonight. Ben Bafford's going to get the pole here at Dover with a 22.893. Great lap time by him. Ryan Gemmel continuing with his consistency, especially in qualifying, going to be rolling off from the second position. Mayato third. Cosman going to be rolling off from the fourth position. Fifth will be Zach Carr. Sia Vincent starting in the sixth position. Angelo Ronas starting in seventh. Eric Hutton starting in the eighth spot. Seth Hatchell rolling off ninth. And Reggie Ortega is going to round out the top 10.
Kevin Cornelius will start 11th. Kyle McGarvey will start 12th. Dennis Faircloth 13th. Eric Gallion 14th. Kevin McGarvey 15th. Cody Atkins 16th. Eric Lambert 17th. Safe Ferris coming back here, and he'll be starting 18th. AJ Stravato, he's been on a roll lately. He'll be starting 19th, and Jeremy Stanley will be rolling off top 20.
Jeremiah Vincent, 21st. Chris Simard, 22nd. Dallas Sullivan, 23rd. Timmy Emanuele, 24th. 25th, James Loveland. Alan Dice, 26th. Jordan Shepard, 27th. Kenny Bishop, 28th. Dennis Steele, 29th. And Zach Smith, 30th. 31st, TJ Brendel. 32nd, Jordan Brockel. And that'll do it. 32 cars. You know what I noticed there about that lineup? All those guys right around the cut line coming into tonight's event, they're starting at the back.
They are. Got to make up some spots. They really are. I think the highest guy out of all of them is going to be Ortega, rolling off in 10th. So
yeah,
maybe guys have their work cut out for him.
Yeah, maybe a good opportunity to gain some points here with those guys. You know, maybe running into trouble at some point in this race. We'll have to find out here, but they're getting rolling here. Who is your pick to win tonight, Alec? Who are you thinking?
I don't know. We were talking about this before we were rolling off here and got back from commercial. I don't know. Something's telling me one of the big three guys aren't going to win. And you said he had bad luck, but I think he's going to change it around. Keith Mayado's going to victory lane here.
Mayado,
Keith.
I am thinking we could get another Seth Hatchell tonight.
Oh.
One of his best tracks. Won here multiple times in this league, and you know, when I've raced against him at this place, he's always the man to beat. But Keith, I think are definitely solid options here tonight. But never know, it could be somebody else who has not been to victory lane in this series before, or it's maybe been a long time. Maybe one of these two on the front row as pace car is off. About to get going here for the dialed in 150 from Dover. Waiting. Green flag in the air. We're off and away.
Gemmel got a pretty good restart into 1, 3 wide already. Faircloth up on the apron.
Make their way out of turn number 2 down the backstretch here. Ben Baffert is going to lead them side by side. The teammates first for second there. That is Gemmel up high. He's going to lose potentially another spot. There goes Zach Carr down to the inside. And
Gemmel's going to be the fun one.
Yeah, he's...
See, Angelo Ronis. Oh, good, though.
Yeah, Angelo Ronis almost took a peek there, but in the 5th position. Gemmel almost in the wall.
The train here. There goes Ronis up, looking up to the outside, trying to get some clean air to the nose here. We see here that bottom is going to be the preferred line. Sometimes you're going to want to stick the nose out of the air, get some clean air on the front of the nose, and get some extra turn in that car. As you can see, Ronis carries some momentum off the corner, dives in under the 6, and now opens up the door for the 48 of Cosman Ineshu, up down to the inside.
Yeah, Gemmel a little bit slow there, maybe trying to save his stuff. There is pretty significant tire fall off in these next-gen machines here at Dover. Hatchell just cut the nose off of Josiah Vincent right behind that.
Oh, man. Cosman giving a little bump to the 6. There were composite bodies. These guys could kind of hit each other, rough each other up. Cosman looks down to the inside of the 6.
Try and make that move down into turn 3. He will clear. Now Hatchell's going to try and work on his teammate. Might cut him a little bit of a break here as Gemmel does clear him back out of turn 4. Ben Baffert up at the front. He's got pressure, though. It is Keith Mayato and Zach Carr right behind him. It's a line of race cars, like you said.
We've seen with these next-gen cars, they are hard to drive, but you can pass. As you can see, Zach Carr looking up to the inside of the 36 to keep Mayato off the corner. Hasn't been able to clear, but he's got a teammate in Angelo Ronis. These guys really getting loose off the corner and having to wheel it.
Yeah, Zach Carr able to get that position away. Here comes Angelo, and you know, I think Keith could be saving here. He is a master at tire saving and keeping positions, but he's going to have to give some up here, I think, early on if he wants to preserve those good years. A little
Zach
farther.
Carr.
Oh.
Looking for the lead on Ben Baffert. Oh, Ronis gets loose behind them.
Close call. I saw him shoot down the racetrack there.
Gemmel up high, way up high. Now Eric Hutton and Angelo Ronis.
Oh, little
close
contact.
in on him. Oh, Vincent, I believe, got into the wall.
And he is going to cut the nose off of Dennis Faircloth. Dennis has had a good season. He's up there in the top 12.
Zach Carr. Now battle for the lead. Clears Baffert.
Ben was out there by himself in the lead, and he's led the first 6 laps or so, and there goes Zach Carr right on by. No issues making that pass whatsoever, and you know, we saw Zach, like he always does, running so many laps there during qualifying, just getting more experience, more track time, and trying to get himself prepared for the race that's going to happen. It looks to be paying off here, already up to the front after starting in 5th.
For sure, getting them spots, but the thing is, you don't want to push these tires too hard. You push these tires too hard, you're going to be paying the price on the long run here. Again, I don't think we've really had green flag pit stops where you... actually, I think we did at Fontana, but this track, pit road, really hard to get down to. You're carrying 150 miles per hour in the middle of the corner. Now, again, we're talking about this on lap 10, but pit road speed, 35 miles an hour. Going from 150 to 35 miles an hour. We've seen a lot of guys get busted for speeding here when it comes down to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I think that will be the case here tonight as well. As Kevin Cornelius, a driver who started 11th, he has made severe contact with the outside wall. He is losing spots left and right. driver who just got by him, AJ Stravato, up 6 positions already here in the first 11 laps, but about a second and a half up to his next target. That's Kyle McGarvey, who looks to the inside of Josiah Vincent, who has also been into the wall. And we've got a car on pit road, Jordan Brockel, 84 machine. Also, Eric Gallion has brought it in. Cody Adkins has already retired his race car.
Yes, he has. I don't believe Atkins actually started the race, so he might have.
I'm seeing he completed, I think, 2 laps, possibly.
He did. He did.
Couple laps down. Seth Hatchell, Cosman battling right now for the 4th position. Cosman's going to go around the outside. Hatchell just trying to hold it down there on the inside lane.
Eric Hutton right behind them. Man, you can see these guys carrying that speed off the corner and getting so loose, especially running side by side, not having all that air on your door. You can see the 48 getting to that quarter panel. You can see Hatchell gets loose off the corner, and Cosman's able to carry that momentum, and Eric Hutton right behind them, having to just be patiently waiting.
Seth doing a really good job down on the inside, and Cosman's given plenty of room to race. Seth will go right back by. Good job there defending that position. Kind of in a difficult spot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, getting pinned down on the bottom here at Dover is a big, big task at hand. Oh, you can see Cosman getting really loose off the corner, and Hutton's going to peek right underneath him, slide it, send it into the corner, and he'll get that's going to be for the 6th or 5th position. Eric Hutton slowly cracking his way into the top 5.
Started 8th, and a driver who has had really good speed, but a lot of mistakes so far this season have cost him opportunities for wins. If he can run a nice clean race here tonight and maybe be there to contend at the end of this one. But Zach Carr, he is pulling away now 3/4 of a second in front of Ben Bafford. That gap continues to grow out of turn 2 and down into turn 3. It's over 8/10 now. But Ben working that middle groove. Zach working down low here. A couple different approaches to getting around this racetrack.
Yes, for sure. You know, I know Zach's a huge Martin Truex Jr. fan, and Martin Truex, I remember, I think it was back here in 2016, put a whooping on the Cup field, and I think there was only 9 cars on the lead lap after that race was all said and done. Maybe he learned a little something from one of his favorite drivers. I tell you, you could even just watch any onboard from an old race here or a current race that just happened. You can learn so much that you can kind of put into this game or into the sim and kind of, work at it slowly build, build that muscle memory and kind of, I guess what's the word, kind of like, I don't know the word. I'm not
like
so good
rhythm?
on English. Yeah, rhythm. Exactly, rhythm. And get into that rhythm, and set your sights on it. As you can see, Zach Carr turning really, really good pace. That last lap was about a 10th faster, about a half-tenth faster than Ben Bafford.
Fastest cars on the racetrack, though, Eric Hutton and Cosman, both of them running 23 4s. Also Ryan Gemmel in the 4s as well, maybe a little help from draft there. But Seth Hatchell also making a pass on his teammate, moves up to 3rd. And we are getting close to some lap traffic. It's just a straightaway ahead of the 27. You see Zach Smith, also the 13, Gordon Scheffler, TJ Brendel, Dennis Steele, Kevin Cornelius, who I think are all struggling a bit. Kevin actually pulls it onto the apron.
He's pitting.
Headed to pit road here, just 20 laps in.
You see that right front damage he's got? We've seen with these cars, they're sturdy on the body, but the suspensions are a little fragile. It might have broke one of those right front toe links in the car that we've seen many guys in the Real Cup Series break after contact with the wall or contact with another car. So it is possible that he's going to have to come in and get that toe link fixed.
Brings it to the attention of his crew. How about AJ Stravato, now up to the 12th position, having gotten around Josiah Vincent and now closed up to Kyle McGarvey, who's having a really good run here, actually, up in the 11th position, challenging Reggie Ortega to try and make it in the top 10.
You can see as Kevin Cornelius has taken it behind the wall and has called it a night. And tough situation. I think he was one of the guys that we saw was in the points fight, and a lot of guys are going to close up to him with that happening. I'm telling you, Eric Hutton has some good speed so far in this longer run. Dover's one of those tracks where we see long runs happen here. This is a track where long runs are really, really a part of the race here. Dover, we see this at Dover. We see this at some of the mile and a halves where you're going to get a long run, and I think guys might not have expected that so early. You can see 23 coming to 24 laps green here.
Yeah, Eric Hutton still putting down laps faster than the race leader. Ryan Gemmel matching his lap time, though. Looks like Ryan, who started second, fell back a little bit here. Only 2.4 seconds off of Zach Carr, though. We have seen Zach Carr struggle a bit with long-run pace in the new next-gen machine. We'll see if that's going to be the case again here tonight. But right now, still out there by 1.2 seconds. You guys could
lap traffic.
Yeah, they could be saving a little bit behind him, though. And there's Zach Smith about to go a lap down here.
Again, who knows? We're not really sure what the strategy. We don't know what these guys are going to be running for strategy, but it is possible that we could see these guys go 60, maybe even 70 laps on tires. Maybe even just it might just even be a one-stop race, 75 laps on tires. But having 75 laps on your tires, that's going to require a lot of saving and a lot of not pushing it really hard, but pushing it hard at the same time. If that makes any sense, you gotta be easy with these tires, and especially here, no inner liner. I don't think there's any liner in these 18-inch wheels, so a lot harder. There's really nothing to really lean on. As soon as that tire either pops or wears out too much, there is nothing to kind of band-aid what you're wearing. Once you wear it out, you're done. Like that tire is gone.
Yeah, that is sure. These guys starting to close up here on actually Seth Hatchell's made the pass now for second, but Eric Hutton is right there, and now Baffert actually challenging back down to the inside on the 8. They work side by side through turns 3 and 4, and look at Keith Mayato, Cosman, and Ryan Gemmel all closing in as these three battle here, and Zach Carr just driving away.
Comes Hutton up to the outside. See if he can carry that momentum. Doesn't really look like that top can hang as good as the bottom, but if Ben's tires are worn out enough, Hutton should be able to clear him off of 4 here, and never mind, he just clears him into turn 3. Eric Hutton moves up to 3rd. I'm telling you, that 88's got some pace.
He is looking good. The 8 machine, the 36, I think all the fenders potentially in this one, but they've got to get to Zach Carr, who is just well up the road here, almost a full straightaway now, and about to put a lap on. That is the 28 of Dennis Steele, and then TJ Brendel also in front of him. We'll see how these guys letting the leader by here. Is Dennis going to get up and out of the way? No problem there. Heavy damage on his car as well as Brendel.
Yeah, Zach Carr is setting a blistering pace right now. Once he clears Brendel, he's got a little bit up the road until I believe he gets up to
Bishop.
Kenny Bishop, which he's about a straightaway, half a track ahead. But if this race is to go green all the way, who knows? It may, it may not. But if it does, Carr is going to be in traffic the entire race. Dover gets extremely spread out over a run in which we could see these guys get really, really spread out, and Carr is going to be in traffic the entire race.
Osman just smacked the wall coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Gemmel now, going to challenge down to his inside. Gemmel trying to work back forward here. Could not get underneath out of turn 4, but still right there on the bumper, going to challenge as Ben Baffert has fallen to 4th. Mayato is on him at this moment. If Keith can march toward the front.
Love to get a replay of Cosman getting up in the wall and see what happened to Cosman as he comes off the corner here.
I think this should go it. Coming out of turn.
Gets tight off the corner and just gets into the wall. Ooh, yeah, I think him being in that wake of the 36 kind of already makes the car tight, and then pushing off that right front might have got a little bit too much and just fenced it.
Yeah, here we go. Ryan Gemmel going to try and make the move again. Really tight racing there out of turn 4. And a little bit wobbly for both of them.
These guys fighting the car. Oh, I think they hit each other down the straightaway. See Gemmel fighting on that bottom. Top able to carry the momentum, but if you have enough tire on that bottom, you can kind of hold your ground as Cosman gets into the wall again.
A hard contact that time. That was pretty early on the exit that he caught the wall there. That's going to allow Gemmel up through to 6th position. He'll try and track down his teammate Keith Mayato for 5th. AJ Stravato's broken in the top 10. He gets around the 80, but also I think the 13. Oh, that was Scheffler, who had a big moment out of turn 4 behind them. Able to keep it under control, though, back into 7th, 1 lap down. But yeah, now Stravato up here in the mix already. 5.6 seconds off the leader, but up 10 positions already. First 35 laps.
The Italian Stallion back at it again. As we talked about in the pre-race, the big three. AJ Stravato has a good pace. He's already up 10 spots. But the top two are part of that big three. Seth Hatchell, Zach Carr. They really seem to grasp around, wrap their heads around this next-gen cars. You can see these guys, look at these guys kind of moving up the racetrack a little bit. And getting that diamond line that we've seen be so famous here at Dover here. And, man, it's getting more spread out here. Carr's a little bit slower than Hatchell, and he was faster than Hutton that last time. Maybe Hutton burned off his tires a little bit as Hatch starting to open up that gap a little bit more. But Zach Carr is very fast. He's still got about a 2 2/10 lead over Hatchell. And remember, we still have pit stops. Not sure when those are going to come up, but I can tell you that they'll probably be within the next 30 or so laps.
Hatchell right now putting down the exact same lap time as Zach Carr. It was a 23.97 for both of them. To the T right there. That was exactly the same lap time. This time 3 1/1000ths faster, but that's not going to get him up there. And Hutton is actually faster than both. Nobody else really other than Dennis Faircloth in the 23-second range. Nobody else up over 24 seconds now, so guys to watch out for. How about Dennis Faircloth though with the quick lap?
Yeah, Dennis, he's been, like we said earlier, he's been having a really good season. He's inside the top 12 for the chase, so you never know. Dennis could be one of those sleepers that we see happen to come up, so good for Dennis. I'm glad to see him run good. I know he had a tough season last year, but definitely a great rebound. And we talked about this next-gen car kind of closing up the field a little bit and showing guys, you know, which guys have the skill to kind of wheel these cars around.
And Dennis, I know a few seasons back, he was pretty early to iRacing and actually had some really good runs, a couple of runner-up finishes in his first season, and he's had some success since then. But yeah, definitely good to see him up here mixing it up with these guys in the top 10 and being competitive at that. You know, he's had his moments where he's been up there, I think, in laps this. So doing a great job actually putting some pressure now on Angelo Ronis, who's starting to go the wrong direction. Angelo in 9th has gotten passed up by AJ Stravato, so AJ marching forward.
He is, and now I tell you, as the tires start getting more laps on them, if you burn them off at a certain pace, there is a certain what we call in racing a cliff that these tires fall off of, and these cliffs are way bigger than what the Gen 6 had. The Gen 6, you were able to kind of stabilize it. You knew what you were dealing with, but with this next-gen car, the tires just wear out, and they wear out more, and they get worse and worse as the run goes on, and especially if you burn them off. You can see Angelo's really starting to fall off. He's about, that last time he wasn't that much slower, but that time 3/10 off of Dennis Faircloth. Those tires really starting to fall off.
Another driver moving forward, that is Chris Simard, up 10 positions here, up to the 12th position. Just got around Kyle McGarvey. Reggie Ortega, the next one in his sights. Reggie right around where he started in the 10th position right now, 11th. But yeah, a lot of comers and goers so far in this one, and that's exactly what we love to see. That kind of mixes things up here.
Parity, I think is the word been passed around lately.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty equal car, right? So everybody's just, and that's how it's been on iRacing regardless, with the fixed setup and all that.
Oh, Eric Hutton swerving on the straightaway. I don't know if he got into the wall there, but
take a look.
Safe.
Ooh, just kept it off the wall there.
And it loose, kicking that rear end out, but keeps it all straight, all good, no harm, no fouls. You can see these three. That's Ben Baffert, Keith Maato, and Ryan Gemmel. Gemmel seems like he has the pace a little bit faster. The only guy in the top 10 other than Zach Carr to be in he was in the 23-second mark, but it just seems like he's a little bit faster than these guys, but it seems like Baffert's kind of holding up the 36 as well.
Hard with a sub 24-second lap last time around. So he is on the move too. And Chris, one of those guys, pretty good at the short tracks, the flat tracks. This one not so flat, but concrete surface here. So this kind of plays into his skill set, and looked pretty good in the practice and qualifying as well. Just did not get a lap time in. Safe Fair is also marching forward a little bit. I think he went the wrong way to start, but up to now.
It's good to see Safe back. It's been a while. It's been this Daytona, I think, or maybe one other race, but good to have Safe back running and competing with these guys. Really, really good driver, and he's aggressive at times, but I'll tell you, he'll make you worry if you're trying to race him.
Oh yeah, he is a guy that will go for it every time he's around you, and he is going to lay it all on the line. It's good to see him back, like you said, and Team Red Speed, I'm sure, appreciating that. James Loveland, his teammate, right in front of him. As the gap to that car is shrinking.
Closing a lot.
Yeah, Hatchell is just chopping into that Zach car with a bad lap time, 24.3. Maybe he just hit the cliff.
Hit that cliff. I don't know. Yeah, no, he didn't have a lap car to pass, I don't think so. See his lap time this time.
He got by Dallas on that last lap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what set him back a little bit.
That makes sense. But yeah, Hatchell slowly chiseling into that lead. So there's a possibility. Who knows? Again, we don't know really how long it's going to pit. Could these guys maybe split it to a one-stop or halfway pit, 75 laps into this run here, and then go to the end on it? I think you'd be able to make it on fuel, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I do not know. They might be able to split it. Right now, I think it's 80% fuel load.
I think it's still good enough. I'm thinking right on the fuel tank.
Should be enough. The tires, though, that's going to be the concern, right? Can they go the whole way on tires if they split it?
I think that's the big question. Can they go on tires? These tires wear out a lot here. We've seen a lot of tire failures and a lot of bad blown right front or right rear tires here. It is possible. I'm not really sure. Again, if they were to cut it in half, they got about another 20 laps to go on these tires. We might see guys that haven't been up here in the top 5 or even in the top 10 start really wearing out these tires and start falling back.
Side-by-side racing here in the top 5. Ben Baffert leading Mato and Ryan Gemmel. Keith made a move there and actually got the nose in front, but since lost it, and now he's in the wall.
Oh.
Light contact there, but still more contact than you'd want to see.
Yeah. Composite bodies, though. That's the best thing with this next-gen car so far. Composite bodies. He might be fine. He just has more pace than Baffert, but Baffert holding his own up in that middle groove. Able to cut Diamond the corner, and then you can see Mato loses the nose, and now his teammate Ryan Gemmel closes up to his back bumper.
Those three all over each other, and then AJ Stravato has gotten around Cosman to move the 33 to 7th, and he is not losing any time to the race leader. He's been around the 6.3-4 margin while continuing to make up ground on these other drivers. And the next one in line, Ryan Gemmel.
Oh, Mato up and almost into the wall. He might have grazed it there, but now Gemmel is going to crack the top 5, and Mato starting to slowly fade back. Maybe that right front tire is starting to wear a little bit more than he wants, and now Stravato's starting to run him down.
About to be a 6-car group right there. Cosman, AJ, and Dennis Faircloth all closing in. They're all pretty well spaced out at the moment, but Ben Baffert, he's got to be feeling this pressure. Ryan Gemmel has been on the move since he kind of gave up those spots early on, and he is definitely faster than the 23. And right now, a really good run out of turn 4 there. He's going to close up to just about a car length into turn 1.
Gemmel just seems like he has the better tires, and we have the onboard with them. He's able to roll that center and get that drive off, unlike Baffert. You can see Gates up on the straightaway here, and he sets into the corner. Doesn't want to run directly behind him, as you can see. He runs behind him, loses a little bit. Baffert able to get into the gas a little bit quicker than he can, and slides the back end. Baffert able to do it. He's doing a really good job holding off the guys behind him.
He is just stayed put right here in that 4th position. They've lost a lot of time to Zach Carr. It's up over 5.5 seconds back to the 23 machine as the top 3 have broken away, all within 1.5 seconds. And speaking of which, the battle for second could be on as Eric Hutton's starting to close back in.
And they don't want to lose too much time. If Hutton starts trying to pass Hatchell here, they don't want to lose too much time to Carr. They don't want Carr to go way out of their sights. As you can see, they're closing up on Zach here. Not a lot, but they're inching away at it each and every lap. Hatchell went from about 2.5 seconds back to only 1.2 seconds back. All on lap traffic here. As you can see, I believe that was Kenny Bishop in the 4 that Hatchell just went by. But lap traffic is definitely playing a big role. And again, Hatchell, you know, what's going to happen once Hatchell, or a few of Hatchell's teammates, I think we see, say, Ferris, could play a role like we saw in Atlanta. Who knows? The team games could be played later in this race, but I don't really see it happening at the moment. But I will say they are starting to slowly run down Zach Carr. But are they going to? The question is, are they going to pit soon? In which could Zach could kind of open back up that lead in what he had.
Yeah, Kyle McGarvey's been losing some spots here. We looked at safe. He made the pass on Jeremiah Vincent. They were side by side for a few corners there. Kyle McGarvey, though, losing positions to both of those drivers. Yeah, up the road. I mean, Ben Bafford still holding off Ryan Gemmel, but Ryan really sends it down in the corner that time. Still just cannot get anything done. The dirty air too much at the moment. They're still putting down really fast lap times.
They really are. They are flying around this track here.
Yeah, it's only 7/10 off, you know, from the fast time start of the race, really, for Ryan Gemmel.
Christ.
That car only about 4/10 off, according to my telemetry here.
Wow.
So,
I don't know if the tire wear is going to be that little when we come here, I believe in May or April, and for the Real Cup race. I don't think it'll be that bad. Or it'll be that good, I should say. I think the tire wear might be a little bit worse and a little more fall off. But nonetheless, tires still do matter here. But I can see AJ Stravato closing in on Keith Maato, Ben Bafford, and Ryan Gemmel. He's almost to the back of AJ Stravato. Or of Keith Maato, excuse me.
I always get their names mixed up too. But Chris Simard also making a pass around Angelo Ronis, moves into the top 10. But AJ, like you said, closing in. Starting to stalk those guys and see if he can gain a few more spots here. Oh, Dennis Faircloth!
Oh, Dennis! Good save. Really good save. That car was heading right towards that inside wall, and I'm sure that probably scared him. Dennis definitely going to be screaming on the radio that he needs tires, because those tires really starting to wear out here. We're almost closing up to when pit stops were going to start happening, most likely. But Faircloth is going to have to hold on for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, the question is who's going to try and undercut the race leader, and they're going to have to do it many laps ahead because the fall off has been so little compared to what we expected. You know, only 0.6 per lap, and guys from 4th on back are 5.5 seconds or more, and actually losing a lot of time close racing.
Oh, my auto gets really loose off of turn 4. Gemmel has been playing with that back bumper of that 23 of Ben Bafford. He's really been on him, as you can see here. Ooh, that's a good camera. I like that chopper cam. That's pretty good. As you can see, Stravato looks down to the inside of Keith Maato. Maato not going to give it up yet. These two have had close quarters action all season long so far. Gemmel really testing Ben Bafford on that back bumper, really getting him loose off the corner. Stravato clears the 36 into turn 1, and now up ahead, Gemmel still pressuring Ben Bafford.
Yeah, it is nose to tail between the 23 and the 6, and AJ Stravato, yeah, he continues to march forward. We expected it. He's up to 6th and trying to join the other 2 in the Big 3 this season. But Eric Hutton, he's up here in the mix too. Don't count him out.
Really?
You know, if Eric had, you know, maybe had a little better decision making in a couple races, he could be considered one of those Big 3. He's been so close and led a lot of laps here actually this season. Has not been to victory lane, but he's a driver that you expect each and every week to be up there contending.
Gemmel underneath Bafford, gets loose off the corner, able to gather it up. Almost got away from him now, and now Stravato in that 33 closing up on these two. Man, AJ Stravato's pace has been amazing.
Oh!
Hits the wall!
That's a pretty solid bit of contact there for Gemmel, and he is going to open the door. There goes Stravato on through, and Ryan just going to try and keep this thing in one piece from here, but Dennis Faircloth pulling it to pit road.
Curious to see how much his pace is going to pick up compared to Zach Carr, the leaders, or any of the guys ahead of him. Me personally, I don't think you really want a shortcut or short pit anybody here at this track. We know tire wear is pretty significant compared to when you're racing with other guys, so I want to be careful. I don't know if we're going to see anybody or Hatchell or Hutton try to undercut Zach Carr here. Maybe overcut Zach Carr might be the thing, or pit right with him.
Also looks like Kevin McGarvey has been to pit road already. He pit a couple laps ago, but Faircloth in his box now. Going to get rolling here, and off and away. We'll see how this works out for him in terms of performance compared to the leaders. Here comes Kyle McGarvey, who's had a pretty solid run in the top 15 this race. Starting to work his way on pit road. Reggie Ortega pulls it in now. All these guys going to lose laps under green, so they've got to hope that nothing happens. Here comes Seth Hatchell. You said they might not undercut. He's going to try and do it, though. See if Zach Carr responds this next time around.
He's going to have to respond there. As you can see, his teammate, Ryan Gemmell, brings it in. Ben Baffert coming over the radio, bringing it in right at that halfway mark. Right at the halfway. Zach Carr bringing it down pit road, responding to Seth Hatchell.
Really nice and smooth on the pit road. Hatchell really pushed the issue. He might have gained some time there, assuming he didn't get a penalty. Eric Lambert on pit road, slow right now. Not sure if he's out of fuel, but the leader going to go around him. So problems there for Eric Lambert, who's just limping his way down pit road.
Hatchell is off and away. See, he is just exiting pit road now. Curious to see. Zach Carr is going to come into his stall.
Hatchell there, Zach Carr in the box. Hutton working his way on now, and AJ Stravato going to join him. Jeremiah Vincent's going to stay out another lap. He likes to do this kind of overcut. Did Hatchell have problems?
He might have. I don't know. He might have lost time on...
Well, here we
I
go.
don't know, he's coming around the corner.
Zach Carr just exiting turn
Just
2.
leaving. I don't think that's... Well, Hatchell's going to have the momentum.
Going to be tight here. Hatchell to the top side. To the lead. Or the net lead as Jeremiah Vincent now pulls it on the pit road.
Eric Hutton has overcut Zach Carr and Seth Hatchell. He's going to have 2 lap fresher tires than Hatchell and about a lap fresher tires than Zach Carr. He's going to lose a little bit of time. Can't he gain it back over this next run? Halfway through this race, 74 to go here.
I wonder, it doesn't look like anybody tried 2 tires. I think that would probably just be a death sentence, honestly.
Yeah, after a 75 lap run, definitely don't want to try 2. But now, this is going to be for the overall lead. Seth Hatchell and Zach Carr.
Good battle potentially to come here between these two. Zach Carr not far behind. It's only a few car lengths and a lap fresher tires. If that makes any difference. But he's sideways out of turn 4.
Wow, that's exactly what Seth Hatchell wants to see. He wants to see Zach Carr push those tires, push them harder, wear them out evenly where Hatchell will have the upper hand. Now, another thing with Zach Carr, he's been in clean air. He had clean air for the first 30, 40 laps of this race. He does not have that anymore. Matter of fact, he's behind now the race leader, Seth Hatchell. Oh, caution's out!
Oh, is that Safe Fair is on the inside of the racetrack? Wow, that...
Ferris around, man, that's going to be big for pit strategy and tire strategy. Are they going to pit is going to be the question here. And Seth Hatchell is going to lose that time he gained on Zach Carr. That's going to bring everybody back up here after a amazing 78 lap green flag run. See what happened to Safe here.
Yeah, pretty impressive that they were able to go that long here tonight. Big field as well, over 30 drivers in this race tonight. Safe Fair is out of turn 4, sideways, overcorrect.
Oh, hard hitting the outside wall. Backs it up into the inside wall too. Luckily not in front of traffic. That could have been a much, much worse situation if he had somebody behind him. But just a single car incident, and the first incident of the night, first caution of the night. Shout out to all the drivers, again, for the Below the WL Line Cup Series. Keeping it clean and green here.
Yeah, you know who this may help out? Zach Smith.
Zach Smith.
Had
top 15.
Out. Yeah, he just brought it on the pit road, so he'll have the freshest tires of anybody. And
yeah, everybody stayed out, I believe, that last time. So Kyle McGarvey, I believe, is going to be the free pass. And that'll put 16 cars on the lead lap. So more than half of the field a lap down, or about half the field a lap down here.
Reggie Ortega, Dennis Faircloth bringing it in. Pairs. They'll have some fresh tires potentially as well in 15th. And then Zach Smith still on the, back on the lead lap. He caught a nice break there with the timing of the yellow. Interesting situation.
Strategy works.
Yeah.
Pit strategy works, let me tell you.
All right, we're going to go to a quick side-by-side commercial break. We'll be right back.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying, to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every third Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Back at the racetrack now. By Racing League. Yeah, a restart here for the first time tonight. Forward to seeing how things get going here. Seth Hatchell is the race leader. That car going to be rolling off from second on this one. Ben Bafford and Eric Hutton in row 2. Mato and Ryan Gemmel in row number 3. Field in the hands of Seth Hatchell.
Yes, sir, indeed. And I'm telling you, Eric Hutton, he's got fresher tires in these top two. Hatchell has to live. We saw him able to overtake Zach Carr, but Zach Carr has fresher tires than Seth Hatchell. And into the restart zone, Hatchell is away. Carr does not get a good restart. Able to clear Eric Hutton, but Hutton and Baffert side by side into turn 1.
That is going to be the battle here. Is a perfect restart for Seth Hatchell. Gets away from these guys, and Hutton side by side with Baffert, who nearly gets the wall. Slow him up.
Great hit.
Yeah, he's going to try and get down in front of Keith Mato, and he will do so. Mato back into the top 5. Gemmel in 6. Oh, big wiggle there for Gemmel.
Oh! Now the battle for the lead is on. A great save by Ryan Gemmel. But now Seth... Oh, Eric Hutton's around! Up into the outside wall!
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
and right
big wreck! More cars sliding to the apron. Alan Dice in the 5 is around.
Eric Hutton, maybe another mistake. Did he get turned here? Let's go take a look at this one. But he's going to have some work to do following that.
Ah, man, a tough break for Eric Hutton. Having a great run tonight. And let's see what happens here. Carries, gets loose. Gets into the corner, and Carr just unloads, and yeah, gets loose into the corner. Tries to save it, and that back end just comes around. We've seen time and time again with this next-gen car. Cars are on edge all the time, and if you break that certain... Oh, and Alan Dice hit Eric Hutton, man, into the inside wall. You don't see that every day here at Dover. Hard hit on the driver's side, but we've seen it time and time again. This next-gen car, the car gets away from somebody, and then it just fully comes around after you get about one attempt to save it, and then it fully just goes right on around.
Allen was trying to turn down, just could not get out of the way. Might have been a better option to go up to the top side there, but those split-second decisions, so difficult to make, and the window closes when you get there, and Alan Dice paying the price. Sure, Eric Hutton with some damage on his car brings it down pit road. Service here by his crew. Try and get that thing fixed back up. Still on the lead lap, but not going to be potentially ending for the.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage on that right side, and free pass there was his teammate. Bad break for one and good break for the other. Jeremiah Vincent back on the lead lap here in that number 9 Napa Chevrolet.
That is exactly what Jeremiah needs. One of the drivers on the outside of the cut line trying to work his way in, and he's only a few points out. And Dallas Sullivan currently trapped 1 lap down. Kenny Bishop 1 lap down. Jeremy Stanley, who's also kind of in the mix up around the cut line, he a lap down, actually 3 laps down in this. Yeah, this is an opportunity for Jeremiah Vincent to gain some, get up in the mix.
It is, and let me tell you, next week it's going to be wild, and it's going to be crazy when we get out to Martinsville. But I think the like we talked about, the track everybody is fearing is Talladega. We know what could happen at Talladega. Talladega is the most unpredictable track we probably go to in this series. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna get wild. I can tell you. And gonna see guys probably make desperate moves at Talladega, and who knows what's gonna happen. Maybe you have some pretty big wrecks. So we'll have to see what happens. I know it's gonna be wild, but who knows? Who knows what can happen there?
Yeah, the drafting in these things. Pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to that. What that racing is going to be like. But if you're just joining us now, this is the Dialed In Racing 150 at Dover in the below the Double Yellow Cup Series, working under caution number 2. If you're enjoying the race so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube and check us out on our other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Over on Twitch, having the VSPEED After Dark series over there tonight, return after a week off, and it's going to be cars, 09 Indy cars at Talladega. So that is going to be a very interesting race.
I know. Did a little test session real quick by myself at the Talladega Super Speedway with the IndyCar, and let me tell you, just by myself, I was hitting 240. Just by myself. In a draft, these things are going to be hitting 260. Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
But I heard they made a little change to the setup where there's going to be a lot of drag on the IndyCar. But we'll see if the guy that made the setup decides to put it in or forgets by the end or by the time the session goes up. But let me tell you, it's going to be absolutely insane. So I urge all of you, come on in, watch it. It's going to be an amazing show at Talladega. You're going to have some of these guys that are in this cup race here tonight being there, and we'll have some other guys in there as well. So urge you guys, come on down to Twitch, Twitch TV/VSpeedSim, and it's going to be a heck of a show. Hope you guys can join us.
Looking forward to it. I missed it last week, right? We did. Canceled there because a little bit late on the session at Pocono, but yeah, it's going to be good to be back, and hopefully we get some competitive racing in those things. As Seth Hatchell going to lead us back to the restart zone here. He gets going straight away. Now the battle for second as Ben Bafford now works to the inside of Zach Carr.
A heck of a restart for Hatchell. Let me tell you, if you have... Oh, Hatchell blinking out there, but it seems like if you can control the restarts here, look at how much Hatchell's checked out. About a 0.3 of a second lead already off the corner. Slicing and dicing behind them. Bafford, Maotto, the battle for fourth. Gemmell off behind them. AJ Stravato up to 6th, and Chris Simard up to 7th.
Chris has been working forward. Car in the wall. That was the 80 of Dennis Faircloth. But look at this, the battle for the race lead. Hatchell's squirrely there in the middle of 1 and 2. That car going to try and take advantage at the exit of the corner.
Oh! Some contact now. Car down to the inside. Can Hatchell clear him off side by side? 2 rows. Zach Carr able to clear. Hatchell gets loose off the corner. Carr to the lead.
Seth Hatchell giving up the lead here after a short stint at the front. But here comes Keith Maotto now up into 3rd. Keith struggled a little bit on the long run and almost in the wall. But
He just passed Ben Baffert.
Ben, the pole sitter here tonight, started on the top spot there in 4th right now. Did lead 7 laps and having a good race. Really just need top 5 finishes from here on out for the rest of the regular season if he wants any shot at making it in the playoffs, or chase rather. And how about this? Behind them, Ryan Gemmel going to get passed up by AJ Stravato, potentially down through 3 and 4. They're side by side.
Stravato able to clear Gemmel. Gemmel not going to try to put up a fight. Doesn't have the drive off. Stravato has cracked the top 5. The big 3 up in the top 5. The Italian Stallion up from 19th and into the top 5. He's really, really putting on the blasters here.
Yeah, doing a good job. 2 weeks in a row he has made it from the back to the front here, and now battle inside the top 15. How about Zach Smith catching a break there with the caution coming out? He's racing with Kyle McGarvey. These are some of the last positions on the lead lap. 14th, 15th, 16th, Eric Hutton. And he is all by himself. Heavy damage on that car from the previous accident, and not able to keep up right now.
See, I can tell you, I'm assuming that if we get a caution, most everybody's probably going to bring it down into pit road, and man, Seth Hatchell has really signed that back end around. Zach Carr starting to check out here. He's opened up about half-second lead over Seth Hatchell. He's starting to pull away.
Doing what he did earlier on. Seth Hatchell, though, was out in front for a little bit, and I think he might have a little bit better pace on the very, very long run. He was starting to close in on Zach Carr before we got to the pit cycle, and able to undercut him there as Maiato's still battling it out with Ben Baffert here for 3rd.
Baffert, I think he has a little bit older tires than Keith Maiato, but shout out, I think Dennis Faircloth. Dennis Faircloth definitely did come in, and I think he took some fresh tires. He restarted him outside the top 10. The restart. Oh, as you can see, he gets loose off the corner. Doesn't want to push too hard yet, but now he's got about 5-6 laps fresher tires than Zach Carson. He's starting to really make up some speed. He's not the fastest car on the track. He's definitely faster than the 3 or 4 guys ahead of him.
Yeah, closing in on Chris Simard and Ryan Gemmel. Those guys had very good runs here side by side behind them. Cosman and Reggie Ortega, as Cosman nearly catches the wall there. And here comes James Loveland, a name we haven't mentioned much tonight.
Oh, Ortega gets tight. Right underneath that 40. It's going to close up off of turn 2. Ortega gets loose. Oh! Cosman's around! Cosman saves it!
Trying to save it, able to get it pointed in the right direction. See what happened here.
A ton of damage.
There was almost contact
there. See off the corner.
Oh,
Cosman trying to give room, and oh yeah, suspension definitely broke on the initial hit, and then it just came around from him right there. Good job by Cosman for not getting that car all the way around, or coming back down and hitting either James Loveland or Reggie Ortega. But that car is definitely not driving like it was, and that right side's got a lot of right front damage.
Tell you what, he was only a half-tenth off of the race leader. He's still wheeling it out there, but I think he's going to have some premature tire wear on the right front because of all that damage. So James Loveland, though, into the top 10 after that. He's trying to put the pressure on Reggie Ortega here. These drivers, some of the top guys in the league as well. James has a win in the Xfinity series that we ran a couple seasons ago, and Reggie's had quite a few runner-up finishes, including a few this year.
Yeah, both these guys been pretty consistent this year. Loveland, I believe, is inside the top. I think he's inside the top 12, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think in the top 25. He has missed a bunch of races.
Heck yeah. All right, definitely not off there.
Yeah,
No, James is a good driver. I'll give him that. He's really good. You know what? Speaking of James Loveland, really good at Bristol and concrete track, and he's running pretty good here, which is also another concrete track. Maybe a guy that needs to be watched out for on concrete tracks. He's having another top 10 solid run here.
Yeah, and he could be somebody to watch on the long run. That's really where he thrives as well. Maybe not going to wow you with his short run speed, but up here and doing what he needs to do to keep up with these guys in the top 10 for the moment. And if he can continue to march forward after starting in 25th, he is the biggest mover. Both he and AJ Stravato up about 14 spots.
not bad at all. And I think Chris Simard's also up around there as well.
15,
but
yeah.
Yeah, looking at Seth Hatchell here, he's really starting to come back to his teammate Keith Maato and the 23 Ben Baffert. And behind them, Stravato's starting to run these guys down a little bit. Zach Carr is checked out, and he's got about a second lead over Seth Hatchell here.
Hatchell just trying to maintain. He's not really losing much. It's a few hundredths every lap. We'll see if Zach Carr is pushing too hard. Still, 45 to go. Still a long time for things to happen and develop here. And Zach could make a mistake. We've seen him slide around a little bit.
I don't think we're going to be pitting here. I think it's going to be all the way to the end here. Will we run up into lap traffic? I don't know. But you can see, well, speaking of lap traffic, Eric Hutton, but he's about the only car that's going to get lapped until Dennis Steele. He's barely getting into turn one. So he's got about a whole half a track almost before Zach Carr catches him. So Carr, there's no cautions. He can just pace himself without burning his tires off. I think Zach can, you've obviously seen he's probably the fastest car here at Dover. So maybe he can check out and get, I believe it's going to be his third win of the season?
That'd be his third. And up there on the all-time wins list, the lead.
Oh, yeah.
That would do for him. That would move him into a tie with you, Alec, actually, for the fourth most ever.
How about that?
Yeah. Hutton's still slow here. The leader's all moving on past him. Got to be a disappointing, frustrating feeling to have been up there in the top 5 and now just trying to salvage a top 20 out of this race.
Yeah, just sometimes the mistakes come to bite you, and I know Eric's a dang good driver. Just little mistakes can cost you, but he'll get it turned around eventually, and I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised to see that 88 back up into victory lane.
Oh yeah, and especially with Talladega coming, that's a great track for him. But he's been fast at all these other ones, just not had the ability to finish these races out, whether his fault or someone else's. But how about this battle for third? Ben Baffert trying to make the move.
Battle for fifth too. Simard clears his teammate Ryan Gemmel now, so the focus is up to third. Baffert and I believe that's Keith Maato, and then behind them AJ Stravato. Oh, Baffert hits that apron, gets loose out the corner. Stravato looks down to the inside, and he'll get the spot.
Yeah, made it look easy there with the mistake from Baffert. Either way, Baffert's still a good run. Up here in the top 5 all race long, he has not fallen outside of that. So just a lot to be proud of here to be able to run competitively with the best guys in the league. Only a few races in, and he's had a couple poles too, so he's got the speed. Still has a shot at it here. The race is far from over.
Absolutely. It ain't over till it's over. And behind these guys, Dennis Faircloth almost up into the outside wall. 3-car battle, I believe, for the 8th position. Faircloth, Ortega, and James Loveland.
Yeah, a lot of battles all around this racetrack. Farther back, Jeremiah Vincent has gotten around Angelo Ronis. Kyle McGarvey not too far off of them as well. Then that's, for the last few positions on the lead lap, that's the pace that Zach Carr has been running. Only 15 on the lead lap rate.
He's been really good. And then the untimely caution during the pit cycle probably didn't help as well. But no, other than that, Zach Carr has been absolutely on rails all day and all race. So he's had Seth Hatchell kind of pressure him, but Carr still has about a half-second lead. So, and Eric Hutton has taken it behind the wall. Tough break for Eric Hutton so far this season, but I think he'll get his luck turned around. But, Zach Carr's just been on and roll tonight. Chris Simard and AJ Stravato have also impressed by just clawing their way up through the field. And doing a great job.
Yeah, Chris only 2.7 seconds off the race lead right now. Actually faster than the leader. He's the fastest car on the racetrack right now. Looking pretty good out there and starting to track down Ben Baffert in the top 5. This is exactly what Chris needs after a couple of really bad results in the last 2 weeks. Top 5 would just be medicine for him, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and behind him, Reggie Ortega about 2 laps ago got up into the outside wall. A ton of right side damage. James Loveland was able to pass him, and now he works and sets his sights on, I believe that's Dennis Faircloth, but a lot of right front damage on that too.
Yeah, Reggie still up here in the top 10. He is a driver who is right above that cut line, has had a few bad races as well. After, it's been feast or famine for him, as well as like Keith Mayato and Eric Hutton, really, honestly, all those drivers kind of similar seasons where they've either finished up there in the top 5 or they've been kind of wrecked out of the race. And that's how it's been exactly for Reggie. He's either had podium finishes or he's been nowhere to be found. He's hoping to at least come home with a solid result.
Sure, and I was told earlier, we only got 30 laps to go. We might as well use it. It's getting pretty spread out here. Do we think, Cosman's in the wall. All good though, but do we think we should have a little rev it up second? Oh, Jeremiah gets into the back.
Oh, that was the contact that slowed down Cosman, and
he's good though.
Kept it off the outside wall. But yeah, how about we rev it up?
We rev it up.
Is the rev it up section of the broadcast. Hopefully we can do that a little bit more. Some good racing out there. Nice to keep it green through all that too. You never know. Sometimes they end up crashing when that happens.
I know.
Yeah, we are back at it here. Zach Carr still leading 1.1 seconds. He is driven away now from Seth Hatchell by a little bit, and Mayato holding off AJ Stravato as he wheels it up out of turn number 4.
Guys are battling during that rev it up segment. James Loveland passed Dennis Faircloth for the 8th position, and now Faircloth's falling into the clutches of Reggie Ortega for the 9th position. Faircloth has a lot of right front damage as well. Yeah, it's just cars get tired over a run, and sometimes at one little mistake you're up into that outside wall. I'll tell you, Miles the Monster, he loves eating some cars up here, and those walls definitely could tell a lot of stories of cars getting eaten up.
That is for sure. How about Chris Simard still tracking these guys down? Ben Bafford just a few car lengths in front of him. That would be 5th. And that would be 17 positions gained for Chris in the race, making him the biggest mover, along with James Loveland, who's up 17. Oh, but big moment there for him out of turn number 4.
Stravato to the inside of Keith Mayato, right ahead of Chris Simard and Ben Bafford. Mayato gets up and almost grazes the wall, and Stravato dives it into 3, and he's able to clear him, and that'll move AJ Stravato in the top 3. And I just want to point out something. Look at the top 3.
It's the big 3.
Yep. These guys can't be stopped.
There's something about this race car that they have found a liking to. Zach Carr, Seth Hatchell, and AJ Stravato have won every race this season, and Hatchell and Stravato, they're averaging like top 3 every week so far in the first 8 races. Incredible.
Insane, and definitely will solidify those guys. These 3 are definitely the top 3 championship favorites without a doubt. Guys have been on it all week. Nobody else has won a race other than these 3 guys, so I think Hatchell's gonna be the only one out that's not gonna have. Oh wait, Stravato has 4. Never mind, I lied. Sorry, Steph. I think we're gonna have 2, 3, and 4 wins over these last 9 races now. Once the conclusion of this race is over, and Another crazy track next week where these three can be shown, but we could have a spoiler, as some would say, next week at Martinsville.
I think my pick for next week at Martinsville might be Chris Simard. He's really good at that racetrack. Having a good run here tonight. Almost up here in the top 5, about to close in on his teammate Keith Maotto as well, who seems to be struggling a little bit here on this long run.
Yeah, Baffert's starting to struggle, but he's kind of struggling less than Keith Maotto. Simard's just had a better car and a better run over the last 40 or so laps. So, you know, speaking of Martinsville, I remember you were a pretty good driver at Martinsville and whooped up on us last year in Xfinity out at Martinsville for the All-Star race.
Yeah, that race got a little bit crazy.
It did.
But
it did.
oh yeah, that was a good time. I love that place. We go there every year to see the fall race in person, and you know, so many great moments there over the last half dozen years or so. And one of my favorite places on iRacing. It's one of the most challenging to get right, but once you do,
It is.
there's something about just getting through a corner there perfectly that is so satisfying.
No, I haven't gotten through a corner there perfectly at Martinsville. It's pretty dang hard track to get, but I love watching races there. I would love to go there one day. It's an awesome venue, awesome racetrack, and I'm sure awesome place to watch a race in person, and an awesome race just to witness on TV. It's such a great track and historic, because I think they're coming up on their 75th year.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff when they used to race back there on the dirt, and then they had a whole different look to it, and it was wider, and we had guardrails on the outside of it.
Oh,
now
yeah.
it's quite the structure, quite the facility. Definitely, if you haven't been there, definitely go check it out. One of the best races to go watch, I think. And, the area is incredible as well in the Blue Ridge Mountains. A little bit nicer than where this racetrack is, I think. This is surrounded by parking lots.
Oh yeah.
But nonetheless, this place also puts on some good battles, and right now that is still the case up here in the top 5. Bard, Baffert, and Maotto, about a half second or so between each of those drivers. No other close battles, really. Kyle McGarvey closing in on Kosman, who's had that damage.
That damage, yeah. I would say, yeah, Dover, it tends to get spread out here, and the cars are hard to drive, which is the best. These guys are still willing even every lap, even though it is getting spread out. But, yeah, this is just a challenging racetrack, and right now it seems like Zach Carr's been able to tame the monster, as they say. Carr has been on it all race. I think he definitely led the most laps here, and I'm not sure how many laps he's led, but he's definitely led quite a few, so over 100 for sure.
Yeah, 113 now, 114.
Wow.
Yeah, so extremely dominant here tonight, and this is a very Zach Carr type of way to go and win a race. Just absolutely dominate it. As he closes up on, that is Timmy Emanuele, the 39, who going to go now 2 laps down in 17th. That is how fast Zach Carr has been, as well as all these leaders. I mean, Seth Hatchell's run nearly a flawless race as well, and the only one who's honestly challenged the 27 at all.
That is for sure. I'm curious to see. I know Zach doesn't want it, but if a caution came out, would AJ Stravato or Seth Hatchell be able to challenge him? And I don't know if we've been able to see. We've seen that Seth's able to do it a little bit, but it's more of a track position. Zach Carr has that track position, and it's going to be it's a challenge for him, I'm going to assume. Or it's going to be a challenge for anybody else to try to get around him. But Zach has put on a great race. You know, he's a big Martin Truex Jr. fan, and he reminds me so much of him. His driving style, he just, like you said, Zach Carr fashion, dominates races. When Martin Truex Jr. wins, he dominates races. And I think Zach's up for Michigan, so you know, I'm sure he'd love to win up there in 3 weeks when we go out there to Michigan. But yeah, Zach just dominating. Reminds me so much of his favorite driver, Martin Truex Jr. And definitely has that dominating pace, like like he had in 2018 in the Big Threes. We see a battle for the 6th position. James Loveland is putting on a great pace here at the end of this race, and now, man, Ryan Gemmell starting to fall. Dennis Faircloth looking up to the inside of the sticks.
Yeah, this race reminds me of the Martin Truex win. It was the Coke 600, right, where he was so dominant. And Hatchell is Jimmy Johnson in that case, where he was the only driver who had any chance of competing with him in that event. And the only other driver, I think, to lead laps in that race. How dominant Truex was.
I think, I think a weird, crazy fact about this race. or that race. I think Johnson led like 6. I think there was like one other person, and I think it was Danica Patrick that led because she stayed out on like older tires to hope for a caution. I think she led like a lap or 2. I'm not sure on that, so don't take my full credit for that, but or full word on that. But I think that's what happened, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I know Jimmy led like, I think it was like 6 laps
like
or
6,
5 laps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because Truex, I think, led all but 4. Anyway, battle for 3rd.
Yeah, AJ Stravato under pressure from Mayato, and this will be the final step on the podium. I know Keith would like to get there, but he's in the wall here. Keeps the momentum up somehow. And just a car length behind him into turn 3. Not too many laps left. He's going to have to make the move here soon if he wants any chance of finishing 3rd. But here comes Ben Baffert now challenging. He'll look to the inside. Late challenge down in the corner.
Yeah, I can tell you, Zach Hart does not want to caution Baffert up to the inside of Mayato. Mayato's going to get tied up the corner.
Oh, no!
To the inside wall! The caution's going to come out! Baffert hard to the inside wall!
Oh my goodness, this
Well,
changes
shoot.
everything, and Ben Baffert, I'm sure, not happy. I thought Keith might catch the wall on the exit of the corner there, and he did, and that is what sent Ben down in the wall. Pole sitter of this race up there in the top 5 all night long. Get a good view of what happened here. This should do it for us. He challenges down in the corner. Keith, I think, had to kind of make
gets tight. Gets tight. And then hard hit in the driver's side of the inside wall. I think you can definitely tell that Zach Carr's pitting and everybody else is coming in with them. Do we see 2 tires is the question.
Not too sure, just looking at that replay again. Yeah, Mayato definitely got tight there, hits the wall, bounces down into Baffert, and Ben,
nowhere to go. Here. He's staying out.
Well, he's probably frustrated, and this is a frustration move if I've ever seen one, to stay out. But that could result in some dangerous situations here.
It could. See here. Is anybody going to try to take 2? See Zach Carr, right sides up. Hatchell right sides up. 4 tires going on the Hatchell machine. 4 tires going up on the Zach Carr machine. Faircloth out of the pits. Ooh, Faircloth might have taken 2 there, and looks like Zach Carr's going to win the race off pit road. Hatchell will be Hatchell will be 2nd. I think Faircloth got Stravato, and Stravato will come out 4th.
Faircloth 2 tires?
2 tires.
Yeah. See how it works. 70 laps on those.
Ben Baffert has confirmed that he is staying out.
Oh my goodness. No deck lid or rear spoiler on that race car.
Oh boy.
This is almost a VSPEED After Dark move here rather than...
This is, yes, this really is.
Bradley Wilson is saying that AJ is somehow going to sneak a win out of this. He'll be restarting from 5th.
That is possible. I know Zach Carr is... I can tell you, if Zach Carr doesn't win this race, he is going to be a not-so-happy camper, I can tell you that.
Go on a lot of the lap machine, swinging in now, getting damage repaired.
So, going on, we're talking about the Coke 600 before that caution. Martin Truex dominance. Jimmy Johnson led 5. Joey Logano led 1. And Paul Menard led 2 laps.
Wow.
Other than that, Martin Truex led 392 of the 400 laps. So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good for Martin Truex there. That was good. Now, can Zach Carr win this race? Obviously, he's got a... gonna have one obstacle, and that's Ben Baffert, who's going to be on very, very old tires. And I believe we are going to be coming up on a green-white checkered here. And if there is no green-white checkers, I wouldn't even know what to say if this is how Ben Baffert gets his first win. Zach Carr would not be a happy camper.
How about Zach Smith out here? He is in the top 15. Got lucky with the caution falling at the right time, but he's kept it on the lead lap ever since then. And he's 30th tonight, and he's going to potentially come out of here with the top 10 if he can, make some moves here on this final restart.
See Ben Baffert going to take the outside lane, Timmy Emanuele, and Kevin McGarvey are going to get their go back to 1 lap down, and they'll be on the same lap as Dallas Sullivan. And if there is a caution during these 2 laps, I would expect one of them would get the free pass. But now the focus shifts. Can Ben Bafford be able to even get any sort of not wheel spin on the restart? And obviously one of his teammates, Zach Carr, on the inside. Could be a team move. We'll see here. But I can tell you this, Seth Hatchell, he's going to give a fight if Carr is not able to get a good restart. Now, Bafford is controlling the restart here. Curious if he gets tire spin or not.
Remember, Dennis Faircloth has 2 tires as well. We don't know what that's going to do. And
Exactly.
restarts here can be very treacherous on old tires. So, I'm holding my breath a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Ben
This could get wild.
Ben Bafford with a destroyed race car.
Bafford's rolling.
Going.
Dennis Faircloth.
Good restart for the 80.
Bafford holds the outside lane. Faircloth's going to have to stay behind him. Now they go 3 wide.
Bafford is
That car.
thinking like a stone right now.
Simard! Loose off the corner. They save it.
And Zach Carr coming to take the white flag here in front of Seth Hatchell. It's 2 car lengths. Hatchell's going to have to really send it in down in this next lap.
Oh,
And
Simard gets turned up the corner by Loveland. They crash on the front stretch.
White
Big
flag.
wreck on the front stretch.
White flag is out, though. The race is not over. The battle out of turn number 2. It's 1 car length as Faircloth in the wall. There goes Stravato down into turn number 3. It's Zach Carr by a car length. Hatchell right behind him. Are there still cars on the racetrack? No, it's all clear. Zach Carr wins at Dover.
Well, that made it interesting off the corner.
I wasn't sure if we were going to get the yellow or not. It was just past the line.
Yeah, that was just before Carr got to the line. A big wreck. We're going to have to... we're definitely going to have to take a look at what happened all there. But Zach Carr gets his 3rd win of the season. And the big 3.
Taking a look at the replay here. It was Simard, I think Loveland. Maybe Simard got loose.
Hold on, here we got a little bit of trouble. It's like Jeremiah Vincent and Cosman are not happy with each other. But taking a look, big wreck here. Ben Bafford just gets clipped. He goes hard into the inside wall.
Ooh. Yep, he still finishes 10th in this race. And then Kyle McGarvey.
He comes back down. Sullivan's in it.
Yep, so there's all that. What happened with Jeremiah Vincent and Cosman, though?
Oh, I think Angelo Ronis went around as well, just ahead of the wreck.
Jeremiah Vincent, correct?
This was after, this was after the race. Oh yeah, Angelo got loose here on the bottom.
Saved it.
He saved it. But
Jeremiah in the
race,
wall.
I was say this is coming into pit road. But I'm curious to see if Cosman kind of gets loose here, and he's going to bring it home across the line.
Not
7.
Sure. Might have been before
Let's take a look
all
here.
wrecking there.
Let's see. Let's go back here. Oh, Cosman drives it right next to him, probably revving the engine at it. Oh, he brake checks him. Jeremiah goes into the wall.
Oh,
and
my
Jeremiah
goodness.
comes back, and then Cosman turns him.
A little bit of controversy. How about Zach Carr? Able to survive and weather the storm there and get another victory. His 3rd of the season. We'll interview him and the other drivers in the top 3. Our big 3, Seth Hatchell and AJ Stravato, rounding out the podium here tonight. We'll be back in a few moments to interview them. Back at the racetrack now, going to be pulling in our race winner here tonight. That car, Adam in the VSPEED booth. You got me.
I got you.
Oh man, I didn't know how it was going to all shake out there with the 23 on, on old tires, damaged, staying out there during that pit cycle. And I'm sure you did not want to see any kind of caution come out late in the going there, but drive your way back up through the mess and out to a dominating performance here tonight. How are you feeling about this one?
I feel pretty good about the win. Just like as I told all my teammates tonight, I'm leaving the track with a win, but I still feel like I have no idea what I was doing out there, and I still have no idea what I'm going to do next time.
Yeah, it's managed the race incredibly well. You were dominant out there and just really, really fast, good on the short run and the long run. What was it like to get some nice long green flag runs in tonight?
It played right into my hand with that. Like I said, I had very little practice with this car here before tonight, and then the little practice we do get before the race helped out a little bit, but not enough to know about a long run. So getting that really long run for the first run there was very helpful for me to kind of learn what the car is going to do over the course of the run. And as I bet everybody's seen, it was a brick, man. It did not want to turn at all. So in 3 and 4, though, I'd say on the exit of 4, the back end started to kick out like it normally does with this car. So I think a lot of people were struggling with that, while I was kind of not as much struggling with it. I feel like I noticed I was gapping people out of 4 with it. So yeah, no, I'm just happy to see some long green flag runs. A little scared there at the end with my teammate Ben staying out, but as he said to us in the chat, he was just frustrated. He just wanted to try to salvage whatever he could left, and man, sometimes sketchy, but hey, it worked out for us.
It got pretty wild there in the back half of the field, but your third win of the season, and we go to Martinsville. How do you feel about going there?
Well, I feel like I'm pretty decent at Martinsville, as I am with most short tracks. Unfortunately, I feel like the caution rate's going to go way up there, so hopefully that's not the case, but we'll just have to see, I guess.
Yeah, we will wait and find out, but and your third win, you start 5th, you 125 laps out of the 151 total laps completed tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to for tonight's win?
I just want to give a shout out to obviously all my teammates for working well with me. Obviously, like I said, Ben there just trying to salvage at the end and not mess anything up with us leaders. So giving us both the bottom there. Obviously, you want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Bernalytics. Thanks for being on the car again. I'm glad to get them back in victory lane again. And obviously, you guys for putting the broadcast on, the league owners for putting this series together. And yeah.
Awesome, Zach. Well, congrats again. You're up there. We're calling you and Seth and AJ the big 3, and you guys, you swept the podium once again here tonight, and you take the win this time and collecting those victories again this. Congrats, and we'll catch you in Martinsville.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. That car race winner here tonight. We're going to go to second place finisher in that. Seth Hatchell. Seth, Adam in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Seth, you were the only person who could challenge that 27 machine all race long, and you led some laps out there. Just not enough time there at the end for you?
Yeah, I don't know. Challenge is generous, I think. It was close all night. I think he had, a couple thousandths on me all night. I just couldn't quite get enough momentum going, or I'd make time for a couple laps, and I'd lose time. And then I got the lead there after that set of green flag pit stops, and I tapped the wall, which is a stupid mistake for me to make. I'm not sure how much of a difference it ended up making. Just needed to be just a tick quicker. We were talking down there in the waiting room. I think he had me covered a bit in 3 and 4, and I think I had him covered a bit in 1, 2. So it's nice to be, close to him in speed. He's, I think, far and away one of the quickest guys here. So it's nice to be close. Just these second place finishes need to turn into first place finishes.
Yeah, you do have 2 of those this season, but I don't know how many runner-ups now. You're averaging, better than a third place finish. So, you and AJ just so consistent all season long, collecting these great finishes. If you hadn't missed the one race, I think you guys would be neck and neck for that. Still, I think you'll be up there in second now after Ryan 5th behind you. But we go to Martinsville next week. I know you like that place, but how are you feeling about going out next year?
Probably cautiously optimistic would be a good way to put it. There's so much that can go on there. I mean, you can get taken out lap 1. I think I did a couple years ago, to be honest. Yeah, but you know, we usually run well there. It's a driver's track, and I feel like I'm one of the quicker guys in the league. So just try and get up front and stay up front and see what happens.
Definitely a tough track to get around, but we'll be looking to see if you can get another victory out there. But second place will do tonight. 14 laps led after starting back in 9th. Really good run for you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys in the booth who are doing a great job with the broadcast. Got to thank Keo for being on the truck. They're a great sponsor, as well as all the other sponsors on, or excuse me, truck. I've been running Road to Pro on the car. All the league sponsors for coming on board, letting us do what we do. Nick, all the admins for doing a great job. All the drivers and my team VSPEED.
Seth, well, great run out there. Way to challenge Zach there at the end and keep things interesting for us here tonight. And hopefully we see you in VSPEED after dark, but if not, we'll see you in Martinsville.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Now we go to third place finisher. That is going to be Stravato and Alec, I believe.
Yes, I am. The Italian stallion AJ Stravato, man. You start 19th, you bring her home inside the top 3. Get a third place finish, and average finishes looking better and better each week, man. Take us through your race.
Yeah, I messed up qualifying per usual, so never can make it easy for myself and just kind of had to drive through the field. The track position definitely was pretty big here, especially on the long runs. I felt like, especially on the first run, I had a good speed. We were able to get back up to, I think the top 5, and once I think the fuel and tires kind of sorted itself out, I would have been all right. But a couple cautions right there. Just had to make a couple moves on a couple restarts, but I think Seth and Zach were clear the class of the field. Unless we got a long run, and I really committed to, saving some tires a little bit right there, which I was still figuring out what the hell I was doing, to be honest with you. I don't think I would have been able to catch them. They were hauling ass all race, so it's good to finish third, especially with how I was feeling during practice, and hopefully we'll be able to get some good finishes here moving forward.
Sure, and next week we go to Martinsville, the half mile of mayhem, as they say. How are you feeling going out there? Do you think you can back it up, maybe with a win or maybe with another top 3?
If I can survive. I'm not very good at Martinsville. That's probably my worst track. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So, got a little bit of work cut out for me. I might have to actually practice a little bit right there because I'm not very good at Martinsville. Might need to go to the Bailey Turner School of Martinsville here and hit them up. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we can just survive. I think if we can survive and maintain a clean car somewhat, we'll be there at the end. But I know there's some really quick guys here at short tracks, so got my work cut out for me.
Well, for sure, man. Before we let you go here and get you ready for VSPEED After Dark, hopefully, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just all the admins here at Below the Double Yellow. You and Adam for doing a hell of a job. VSPEED After Dark, Below the Double Yellow podcast, SP Designs, and all my teammates and my alliances. It makes every week a lot of fun and learning more every week. So can't complain about that. And all the other sponsors. There's so many I can't remember. Like Butts Mobile Homes, a couple other ones. Can't remember off the top of my head.
For sure, man. Well, you come up close, man. But you're one of we've been calling you the Big 3, man. Well, go celebrate that third place finish, man, and we'll see you at Martinsville.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, third place finisher AJ Stravato, and I'll do it for our interviews here. Let's take a look at the rest of the results. How about Dennis Faircloth in the 4th position? And I just noticed that 2-tire call did pay off for him, gained spots. But Zach Carr is going to win the night's event here at Dover. Dominating performance by him. Second one this season. Far and away been the best car out there, and looking to return to form that he last season, where he was just so dominant throughout the year. 3 cautions tonight, 6 total lead changes, most of those coming in the last few laps there, I think. But Zach Carr wins, Seth Hatchell 2nd, AJ Stravato 3rd, Dennis Faircloth in 4th, Ryan Gemmel finishes 5th, Reggie Ortega 6th, Jeremiah Vincent 7th, Cosman comes home in the 8th position, Angelo Ronis in 9th, and Ben Bafford rounds out the top.
11th, Keith Maato had a good race going and got into the last caution, but nonetheless, still a solid performance, and I could expect Keith to run better. Zach Smith started 30th, biggest mover of the race, I believe, and up, I think that's 20, 22, or 28 spots, or
18.
18.
Good,
Sorry,
you're
I
close.
can't do math. I can't do math. It's all good, though. It's all good. A little tired from school and all that. But anyway, Zach Smith in 12th, Kevin McGarvey in 13th, Chris Simard 14th, James Loveland 15th, Kyle McGarvey 13th, Kevin McGarvey 16th, Dallas Sullivan 17th, Timmy Emanuele in 18th, Safe Ferris 19th, and Josiah Vincent in 20th.
21st, Kenny Bishop. 22nd, Jeremy Stanley. 23rd, Dennis Steele. 24th, Eric Hutton. 25th, Alan Dice. 26th, Eric Lambert. 27th, TJ Brendel. 28th, Gordon Shepler. 29th, Kevin Cornelius. 30th was Raquel. 31st was Eric Gallion. Cody Adkins. Early exit comes second here tonight. Big field, big moments, and big win for the 27 of Zach Carr, his third of the season. Congrats to him, and thanks to Dialed In Racing for sponsoring tonight's event. We'll be back here on Thursday night with the BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League. And the BMW 3 machines, that's going to be Daytona. That's going to be a really good one. Looking forward to that. And yeah, catch us with VSPEED After Dark over on Twitch right after the broadcast ends here. We'll be headed over there and going live in just a bit.
30 minutes.
Yeah, about 30 minutes. And so if you want to join that race, we'll announce the password on our Twitter. Find all of that information right here on the screen. And you can follow us at all those different social media outlets to stay up to date with what we're doing throughout the week when races go live and all of that. So thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. Hope you enjoyed, and we will catch you all next time.